Today we're talking about family traditions and childhood memories. So hurry back.
An 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney afternoon.
Hey Disney Afternoon gang, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Vlogmas. My name is Jake, and if you're returning here, thanks for coming back. And if you're new, I do all kinds of Disney content, including subscription boxes, hauls, trips, vintage, swaps. If it's Disney, we're doing it. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Disney adventure. All right, gang, it is Christmas Eve. I hope you are ready for the holidays. I am here at my parents' house in upstate New York. We've got the tree in the background looking glorious. We've got presents for days, and we're going to talk about some family traditions. So one of the traditions in my family is on Christmas Eve, after service, we come home and we get together and put on a really good snack spread. We've got all kinds of goodies to eat, and we gather around and we watch a movie, usually like The Grinch or Charlie Brown or something. But somewhere in there, we open up an ornament that has a meaningful story or something important in our lives that happened that year, as kind of like a timeline of family events or personal events that are told through Christmas ornaments. So I thought I'd share a few of those with you today, starting with, I think every mother has a picture of us. I think this is first grade, made into an ornament. There's little Jake. Yeah, not much has changed. These were kind of all the thing. I don't even know where this came from, but definitely a good year and a cute little ornament. Then moving along, we have, this was one of my very favorite ornaments as a child. So we've got Santa driving the little sleigh. My parents are asleep. I just traveled all day to get here and they're asleep. But either this came from Santa's Village, which I think is up in Canada, and we went when I was little, or my dad got this on a trip. I have some kind of memory associated with that. My dad loved trains and I love trains. We grew up doing like little model trains and building things for them. So this is very cool. All right, one of the things we used to fight over as kids is, these also I think came from Santa's Village. There's this foursome set of, I'll show you all of them. It is The Wizard of Oz, and they are all pull-string characters. So we've got Dorothy, and we've got the Scarecrow, and these are from definitely the early 80s, probably 84, 85, something like that. And I've tried to track down my own set, but I cannot seem to quite find them. And then we've got the lion. But for the longest time, for probably like a good 10 plus year stretch, my sister and I would fight over who got to put up the Dorothy. It was a big deal as to who got to hang it on the tree. And so we just devised a system where we alternated every year until we got probably into teenhood or so. And maybe it mattered less. Although if you asked her now and we were still decorating the tree, I'd probably fight over if it was my year to put up the Dorothy. So those have a very special memory. Fighting with siblings, what's more Christmas than that? All right, moving along. Actually, I think this one comes next in order. So I had a little obsession with, I still do, toys and castles and toy soldiers. And this, well, it has to be plugged in because there's a little cord here. But this one, the soldier, you can see a little track there. He marches back and forth. And so that was definitely a good reminder of just sort of the nostalgia of Christmas, which has always been like a thing for me. Okay, you're going to learn some things about Jake. For like a brief stint in the early 90s, your boy was on a swim team. I was actually okay. I'm actually a really good swimmer, but I don't know if I did it one season or two, but this was a commemorative ornament to remember the year. I sort of secretly resented this ornament for a while. I don't know. Maybe swim team was not a good experience. I can't really remember. It was middle school, so it's all a bad experience. But I adore this one now. Look how cute he is. My little stint as a swimmer. All right, moving along. Later into high school, I was on a puppet team. Not just any puppet team, but we traveled around to different areas, youth centers and churches. We went all over the United States. We went down to Mexico. We did some training with the Professional Puppet Institute. We did a stint once on Pappy Druid. Do you remember Pappy Druid on PBS? It was a drawing show for kids. It was a Thanksgiving special, I think. I remember being under a table doing like one of the guest pumpkins or something like that. I forget. We even put big heads on. We called them big heads. They were mechanical puppet heads that you put over and you look through the mouth, and they had a remote control mouth, and we would go out and do dance routines. I may or may not have footage of that. You may or may not have to pay to see it. OnlyFans? I don't think that's what that's for. So this is a little finger puppet to commemorate. I don't know if it was the first year, but definitely one of the years. And there were puppets we had that were similar to this design that I just thought were really cool. And I think these are homemade. I think my mom and I made these, or maybe she just made them. But anyway, a little memory there. All right, moving ahead. 1998, I graduated high school. Do the math. And so I've got a little FHS was a school I went to, Faith Heritage School. It's the year I graduated from. I actually transferred there. I went there kindergarten and first grade and senior year. That's a story for another day. But this is a really cool memory. Made it through high school. All right, the last two are kind of more interest-based. Most of my life, I was a Wizard of Oz fan, so this is our second Wizard of Oz ornament. There was a summer in probably 1987 or so where we watched The Wizard of Oz almost every morning. My mom used to babysit kids in the house when we were younger during the summer, especially with other parents working and school being off. And 7 a.m. the kids would get here when the parents dropped them off, and up we'd go. And that VHS tape would go into the player, and Wizard of Oz would be playing. So this sort of came as a long lifetime memory of my obsession with the Wizard of Oz. And this is such a great scene. And then finally, we have to bring it back to Disney. Disney's always been a love for me. And this was another just sort of commemoration of my long life obsession with Disney. It's sort of a wood cutout painted with a music baton. And of course, as a musician and a performer, this fits right into my life. So there's just a few memories. There is a lot more that I could have chosen from, but these are some of the few that I treasure deeply and now have to spend my time putting back on the tree because I took them off after everybody decorated. I'm curious to know, do you have a family tradition on Christmas Eve? Do you gather together and watch a movie or go to church or go caroling or have some kind of family party? Do you give gifts on Christmas Eve at all? I'm always interested, so tell me down in the comments below what your Christmas Eve tradition is. One more day of Vlogmas. Can you believe it? I made it. I'm so proud of myself. 25 videos. Back to back to back. So tomorrow I have a very special swap with my YouTube family, some of my very closest peeps. It'll be posted tomorrow. I know it's a big day for all of us, most of us. So if you're busy, I get it. But you know, if everybody sneaks off to a little nap here and there, take a peek. It'll be up for a few days. It'll be up forever. Catch it some other time. But I definitely filmed that just before I left out of town, actually, and it's a really sweet and touching box from a very dear friend. So you're going to want to see that. I hope you're having a wonderful time with the holidays and the family gatherings, and that you're just celebrating and relaxing and just enjoying the magic of the season. So until our final Vlogmas video tomorrow,